Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Remember, they're general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your key to the week, you have the Emperor, right? So you are taking command. You are letting everybody know that you are in charge. I love this for you. What I will say as well, it does kind of, you know, in a way you might be this week deciding to pull rank in some area of your life. The other way that this could also potentially show up is that you start working with or alongside more institutions. You know, like this could be you sort of really ramping up your skills in some way. So for your actions and options this week, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So this week there's going to be a big focus on work, profession, the career. It looks like this week your main focus really is that, and you know there's nothing wrong with it, but it does feel like you're kind of throwing yourself into work for some reason. So just, you know, keep that as a consideration in terms of the options that are available to you to gather or gain new skills or to consolidate the knowledge and the information that you have within your specific arena or field. This week, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you get headhunted, you know, so that could be really nice. I wouldn't be surprised if there were also professional opportunities on the table that you hadn't expected to see. For your communications and conversations, we have you. So the Lover's card is Gemini, right? So this is your ruling card. And the Lover's card with the Eight of Pentacles, you've got options, right? In fact, let's talk about this in a moment, and we know Gemini loves the options, all right? So in terms of the communication, this week, people are hearing you loud and clear. You are being sort of, and do you know what's really funny is at the time of me recording this video, Mercury, your ruling planet, is in the sign of Aries, right? And obviously the Emperor card is Aries. So I just find this really interesting that you've got this kind of tarotic mutual reception thing going on, which is really interesting. So, but you are being heard loud and clear because this is your card in the communication sector. So people are hearing you, your words have weight, people are really wanting to listen to your ideas and take on board like all of the understandings that are available sort of from what you're putting forward. Now, because you've got this Lover's card underneath the Eight of Pentacles, there are options when it comes to the profession, when it comes to the academics. So for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could literally be a work placement of some sort that kind of, it's not like it's just going to fall from the sky. There's obviously something that you do this week that demonstrates a level of competency or knowledge or skill beyond what the average is. And I wouldn't be surprised if the institution that you're studying with, remember what I said, right? I wouldn't be surprised if they say to you, look, we'd really like to make you a teaching assistant. Are you interested in, you know, maybe doing your gap year here or not gap year, work placement, all of that kind of stuff. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this, for you guys, I think more than anybody else, it will be the headhunting, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you get the tap on the shoulder from somebody that you work with or work with through the job that you do. So I can give you an example on this. Many moons ago when I had my last job, right? But so right back into, this was like 2017 actually, we had a customer that used to come in every single day. I worked in logistics and he actually said to me one day, I think you're wasted here. Are you interested in a job? And I kind of kick myself sometimes because I know I would have done really well for their company, but at the same time, if all hadn't happened, none of you would, I wouldn't be here right now. So all in its right time and place. But that's what I mean. There might be somebody that you deal with every day that kind of says, look, you know what? I want to poach you from where you're at. Are you interested? There are options available to you. If you're looking for work this week, there are options available to you. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, etc., people that work for themselves, this is phenomenal. This is the chance to work with larger institutions, schools, colleges, maybe not colleges actually, so schools, it could be even places of higher reputation. It's possible, learning institutions of all kinds, maybe even professional legal spaces could also be hitting you and your business up for something. So I love this. There's a lot of scope here. There's a lot of opportunity in this week for the work and the profession for you, Gemini, so we're loving it. Finally, when it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, this is really about how you transfer the skills that you already have into another arena that ends up becoming highly lucrative for you. And it's like you're doing it because you want to, and it's making you money. I mean, hello, that's the winning formula, right? So I think a lot of you might end up sort of taking a little sojourn back into some kind of part-time employment, not because you have to, but because the opportunity really is just too good to pass up. For your love and relations, you've got the Six of Swords. So the Lovers card is number 6. Six of Swords is also the number 6. So 2 sixes represents balance or irritability. And in this spread, it's absolutely about balance. For those of you that have had problems or issues within your relationship, especially where work has been concerned, whether this is your job, your partner's job, or the collective sort of professional sphere, I love this for you because it means that you and your partner are not only reaching an even keel, but you're getting to a space where things feel like they are finally getting back on track. So love that for you. There will possibly be a lot of talk about one of you traveling for or with work. I think if you push for it, just because of the other cards that are here, if you push for it, you might end up being able to take your partner, or your partner might end up being able to take you, right? If you've got kids, obviously it's going to be a different story, but I actually really like this, right? It's like you kind of get like a mini holiday or break alongside the work or the job opportunity. Outside of that, if that's not possible or not your situation, it is likely that you will be planning a trip with a significant other. For those of you that are single and looking and ready to mingle, this week you are connecting with a very powerful person. If your love life has been DOA, as the song once said, this week it starts to ramp up, and again there are options, but it's likely to be through your work, through your profession, that you meet this person, and they will probably show up as the emperor. So I'm here for it. For your money and materials, you've got the Temperance card. If you've had problems, challenges, or issues with the resources, this could be a great week for you because it means that things are really starting to steadily improve. Temperance with the Emperor. A lot of you, this might be weird for some of you, but it looks like a lot of you are shopping around for some form of private healthcare this year or this week. I think you will find a very good deal. My advice to you would be don't accept the first place that you go to will probably be a really good, it will be really good value for money, but I actually think you can do better. Don't be afraid to shop around. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you're shopping for healthcare or anything to do with medical or self-care, etc., don't just take the first one or one that's branded or named because they're the best, because sometimes the best aren't necessarily the best, but they are more expensive. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is actually some very good news around your physical health and vitality, especially if you have been having tests, if you've been speaking to a doctor, etc. This week you get the answers as to what the problem or the issue has been, and you're able to start moving past it. If you're partnered and this is your partner's health that you've been waiting back from, this week you'll get good news from your physician, your doctor, your healthcare practitioner, etc. So lovely to see that. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, things are finally, I think for a lot of you Geminis, finally starting to get back to an even keel. Take a breath, right? I mean, look, we're days away at this point from the Mercury retrograde, but you know, there's some stuff. Okay. All right. So look out for that. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. If you want to book a personal session with me, you can do so on the link in the description box below. I wish you all of the best for the week ahead. Take care, and I'll see you soon.